A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Notorious Victorialis, Erastus Necessitas.
Welcome one and all, this is Blaezer RTW. Hope all is good with me. Join me for a 3v3 31k battle. You can see it's grassy flatland, so we're all good. Let's have a look at our team first for a change. So you can see we've got two Skippy and a Julii, and they've got two Brutii and a SQR. On our right flank is Chimera Hydra Optima. A 14-6 build by the look of it. Yeah, looks to me like a 14-6 build there. Then we have myself, who I think has gone for my, at the moment, as in the time this was played in February, not now in May, my favoured formation and amount of cav, which is 15 urbans and 5 cav, set out like that, which, yep, there you go. Then on our left flank we have Ace of Spades, who was in a video a couple back. He looks like he's gone 14-6 as well. Yeah. Okay, so directly opposite him on their right flank is Legio. He's a very good player, played in quite a lot. You can see he's got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6 as well, so that's pretty standard build. Then we move over to their centre, who is Renegade Tiberius. I think I do recognise the name, but I don't know off the top of my head who it is. So yeah, he's gone same again as well, 14-6 is that? 6, yeah. And then that looks like another 14-6 to me on their left flank against our right flank, and that's Scruffy. So I think I'm comfortably the worst player here, if you like, or the least good. Should we say that? Is that the politically correct way to say it? I think I'm the least good player out of the lot of them. And it's quite early on in the 31k day, so I hope I don't show myself up too badly. So it looks like Brutii in the middle wanted to rush one of us, but what I've done is I've started running over straight away, just to give him a hand. It looks like he's caught us now, so we need to form up some form of line. It looks like the battle lines have been drawn. So Chimera, I'm just going to probably call them by their I take it's their clan names or something. Okay, so you can see the two in the back on our left flank are slowly making their way over, although Legio on the right is actually sending his cav over pretty quickly to help him. My cav's now all bunched up. I'm probably still in the stage where I'm not actually that good with my cav. I'm still not great with it, but I understand it now. So I'm going to push up. I don't really want them dictating everything, so I'm going to act like I know what I'm doing. I'm going to push up. Whether this is going to be good or not, I do not know. The trouble is, what I've done up here is I've pushed slightly too high. These guys, this front line is going to get decimated with Peeler in a minute. But Chimera has done the right thing and he's pushing up. What Brutii needs to watch out as well is that if he tries to flank me too hard, this army is going to come up from behind. So that'll be interesting to see how that develops. Looks like Scruffy's going to pull out on their left and stretch our right out a bit just to marry up with Chimera to stop himself getting flanked. They're all married up quite nicely. My cav's coming over to my left flank to scare off Brutii cav. His infantry has faced up on the right side in a slightly defensive formation. So I would have thought the Ace of Spades is going to push up on him because he's invited to be pushed up. He's invited to be pushed up on, if that makes sense. Now this guy's gone into Testudo. What I tend to do now when I do this is just bump my units up, because then when they come out of Testudo they're already surrounded. And also, what you can do, I wouldn't do it now, although I probably am going to in the video, is you can they're quite vulnerable to cav, I find. So if you can get a good strike in and then get out, you know, that's all good and happy days. But it looks like I'm just going to hold the middle. I'm probably sort of thinking to myself, don't do anything stupid, because these guys are obviously all quite good. Okay, so let's have a look from this side. So you can see what Chimera's done here is that second line that was in tight formation, he's put them into loose, and so has Scruffy here. And what they'll do is they'll exchange Peeler, and that's a really important little bit in the whole shenanigans at the beginning of the infantry fight, is to sort of make sure that your closed units don't get peelered, and that you can try and peeler their closed units. And it takes a few games. I'm still not perfect at it by any stretch, but it's another case of just understanding how it all works. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can see I'm not doing that at the moment. My guys at the front have been taken out. Take it there was a cav charge. Yeah, you can see he's coming in and pulling in shots. Not quick. Yeah, just that time it looked like I obviously got hit, got stung because one of them's been taken out, and then I've suddenly realised I need to defend that flank. But it probably done a job and stopped him getting in at my other urbans. They're not engaged, so they wouldn't have taken too much damage. You can see he stretched his line right out now. He's thrown his peeler from these up, so they're going to go into Testudo and just sit there. What this does is obviously gives you a lot more micro, if you see what I mean. They may, this guy's probably been playing for years and got hotkeys coming out his ass, but for me, even now, it's not even been a year since I've had the game, and it's still, I'm not shit on with that sort of thing. Our left flank, and that's quite quiet. Looks like they're just posturing a bit. Looks like BJ is actually straightened himself up now, so the line's pretty straight. Looks like the actual aggression is going on this side, on this our right flank, their left flank. It's all sort of being brought across. So what I'm going to do myself is actually bring some units across here. He's going to charge me straight away. Obviously I wouldn't be doing this particularly now unless I had a plan to bring all my units across with it, which I am doing, but and I have my cav ready there, because if you do that you can bait people in to do what he's done. And what can be quite good, he's thrown all his cav in. If I'd have had all my cav there and been able to do that, I might have been able to countercharge him, which can be sometimes more impactful than the actual initial cav charge he done. So Chimera's moving up quite nicely. He's actually brought out another load into, so you can see they're going all the way back with how much they're opening up, just to make sure that they don't get totally peeled. Obviously what this does is that it means that they're more liable to a cav charge, or the cav charge will go through them, should I say. I'm not doing a lot of my cav. You can see I don't want to bring these guys across so that they can defend this side. So this is the thing, I'm sort of reacting to what he does now, which is not good on my part, because I'm always going to be that split second behind what he does, even at the best of times. This guy's really pushing up now. It looks like it's sort of even with the infantry. He's opened up his back units, even his general, into an open unit. This guy's got a great little cav charge, and all my guys were engaged and slightly depleted. They've probably been heavily peeled. So I have got quite a lot of infantry left, and they're my sort of sacrificial units, but it's still not good because it lowers morale, if you see what I mean. So they need to get the hell out of the way quickly, so that they don't bring my troops down too much for when the next cav charge comes in. And these are the sort of games where I'm feeling how people are using their cav. You see he's peeled off 2 and he's just going to do a little direct little strike. He might not rout it, but he might take the numbers down by 10, which then puts his urbans on the upper foot, and they'll take that 30 seconds less to beat them. Ace is going to bring his infantry up. He's definitely not, looks like he doesn't want to attack because he had the opportunity to, but if Chimera's attacking, like I've said before, you tend to get like a seesaw effect where you attack one side and defend the other. My one unit's going to get taken out here quite easily. I'm actually going to send some urbans in there just to free him up a little bit. It looks like DJ's having a little go on this side, not a lot though. I've been way too slow with my cav, but now this gap is in here in the middle. I'm probably going to bunch my cav together and chuck them on there. Okay, so Chimera's made a nice hit with his cav there. He's taken one of the units out. He's going to get a counter charge, not on the cav but back on the unit. He's then going to throw his cav back in, which is also a nice little move to do. If they fall for the bait, you can sort of wipe out people's cav like that. Has he got any more cav left there? So they've got a few cav here just sort of defending against each other, facing up. Not too much going on the left still, or in the centre. Looks like he's just about to throw some cav in. Oh no, that was Urban's movement there. I saw the dust. Yeah, so I've had some cav taken out here, so it's not looking too good for me. I'm going to help the Chimmer out and try and hit that unit from the back for him, just to free him up, because he looks like the best route of aggression. I'm going to send my cav in against his. My cav is basically, it was all right, but it wasn't a great. My other 2 cav that was there, they should have intercepted the other cav, and then the Chimmer are going to come in and smash them. It looks like that's going to be quite a nasty little move that I did there for our team. I don't think I've done him any favours. All the cav's going to get thrown into the centre now, and he's brought some infantry through to stop that red charge coming in, so they pulled their cav out. Yeah, so they've done really well there. I've not got any cav left in. I don't know if we routed any SPQR infantry. I would have thought possibly did do, but I don't think I'm going to have any cav left after that, which is bad news. I've thrown a couple of urbans in, have I, way too late. So you've always, if you know you're going to do something like a cav charge or something like that, what I should have done is peeled 2 units off, thrown them into the path of all this cav, and then chucked my cav in, so that when I got the counter charge, they slowed them down. They didn't get the full charge bonus against my cav. Pulled my cav out while the units were still holding them up, and then as they routed, thrown in, my cav back in and taken their cav out. But yeah, you don't know until you make the mistakes, which is obviously what I've done here, because it looks like the centre for me is going to collapse, which is bad news for my team basically, because they could be the best players in the world, but 3 against 2 tends to, at these minimal differences between players, you know what I mean? There's no noobs here, so to speak, apart from me, if you want to call it that way. So yeah, got a little bit of cav left to get thrown in. He looks like he's going after the Testudos. I would have thought he would have pushed his infantry up there right into them and just routed them all off. He's done quite well there, and got the general, so that's good.
General is slain, and now his men fear us.
So we've done quite well on this right flank. I say we in the loosest sense of the form. I have actually got some infantry left here and a few bits here, but I need to be pushing that in against that Brutii Testudo so that we can smash it with the cav. We've routed the Brutii infantry though, so that's quite good, but the Brutii on the right, which is Legio, is actually flanking the ace. So I've got a unit of urbans over there just to slow everything down a little bit. Brutii general's just been stabbed, so that's happy days. Oh no, there he goes.
Gods be praised. The enemy general is killed.
So we've run the right flank. Chimera is just going to obviously tidy that up. They've got quite a lot of cav left, much more cav than us left. And probably, as I'm sending mine out to the left, about to be even more. My general's in the middle. I'm reluctant to engage him, but I do want to keep him in the area. I've got some urbans here that really should be coming over, pouring over this left side and helping the cav out. Matey boy's got the right flank tied down. There are some SPQR that's come back though. Okay, yeah, so it's all bunched in the centre. He's got quite a wide defensive line on the right. I'm going to try and take this unit out, but it's going to be exactly what they want so that they can send their cav into me. So I want to pull my cav out of there, what little cav I've got, and just try and hold them up with some urbans. You can see they're throwing all their cav out this way now, which is going to be bad news for us, because if they can get into my general and then onto the Julii, that will mass rout us. I'm doing quite well with what little I've got to try and make up for it. I've routed that one unit there in the left. You know, this is the fringes here. They're about to get routed off unless I throw some urbans in there. They did get routed, but I've got some urbans getting chucked in. I don't think I've got any cav left, have I? Not from the... Oh yeah, there they are. They're just sort of a handful left in the middle there. They're about to get taken out though, but they did rout or sort of tie up that end. So yeah, really we could do a yeah, they are slowly... Oh, he just threw his cav in, that's why. But I think they're going to win that left. They've won the left convincingly. We've not particularly won the right convincingly. You can see he's still got 3-4 units in reserve there, so that's a nightmare because we've only got one unit, which is my general. We have got some cav, but they're doing a defending job now, which is not great. I did but take some cav right out there. Really, you probably want to be going for this left side here, which it looks like I am going to do, but I'm going to probably go for this full unit, which isn't going to be good. Yeah, I didn't have enough horses to do that. I did route some of them in the end, so that's not too bad. That frees up a few urbans on this side. Really, now they've had their sort of, you know, thing, I need to pull them out and then do that again and just get the next one going and the next one, and hopefully work our way in. They still got a hell of a lot of cav on this side though, which looks like any second is going to go in. So here it comes. I threw my general into the mix to sacrifice him, which is quite good. Julia sent his cav out to help. They're not going to get a full cav charge, but I think they got enough. They routed my general, so my troops are going to be pretty much all dead and buried now. We didn't completely destroy SBQR, and now that all Make Boys Chimera's units are tied up, they're all going to get surrounded soon. Yeah, I lost my cav too soon, basically, which would have been the lesson I would have learned at the time as well.
Our allies have lost their leader. This turn of events may make them lose heart.
Okay, yeah, and that's pretty much that. So, yeah, good game to them. Really, they could charge from there and do it, but I guess they're going to bring them round the back, which they are, and then just bang them straight into this little blob here. Or are they going to free up this side first? Yeah, free up that side first, not bad.
General is slain, and now he's made
Who was
fear
that?
us. It is time to press the attack.
Brutio already dead. It must have been the other Brutio. Must have been in with his cav or something. But yeah, no, they've done their job there, so that's fair enough. They've got a fair bit of infantry here.
Your army is running from the field.
Yeah, that's my unit. That's all my units totally gone now. So it's sizing up to be quite a tense finale, actually. Looks like they're just forming a defensive formation up. Yeah, they've got so much cav there. I think they just need to run those 4 or 5 sets of urbans here in on the right. Get rid of all their peeler, which I'm sure they're doing. Just run in and engage, probably. Make sure you engage the infantry and possibly a couple of bigger units on the front. And then just smash it cav and that'll all just go bang. So let's have a look what happens. Yeah, so you see they're having to face up this side, which is opening a gap up in the back. Really, the Judo wants to be stopping this cav charge coming in along with this one here, but easier said than done when you've not got the units. They've still got the the general's not in that unit, so it was the UTI general. That's a lovely little strike. Just take their numbers down a little bit. It's kind of just waiting in it just to see what happens. It might have been better than being a little bit tighter. But you know, my army's not there, so I can't say anything. Right, so here comes the grand finale. So you can see the SBQR general is engaged. Judo is going to send his last bit cav into the back, which means he's going to engage his general. Done quite well there, actually. He probably might have been better off engaging, hitting the general. Here comes all the cav from all sides. As soon as one thing routes, like that one there, that one's going to rout, which is going to cause panic amongst the blue Scipii. And it wouldn't surprise me if they all go quite sharpish, which they have done.
Has been slain.
So again, yeah, good game to all. Enjoyed that one. Enjoyed watching it again as well, which is always good. Yeah, I think I definitely wasn't quick. You know, at the moment as I'm watching it, it is quite frustrating because I can, you know, they're cherry picking me and hitting me with cav, and I'm not reacting to it. And then even when I do react, I'm getting, you know, destroyed in my cav. But I think these sort of games, which are quite early on, you know, this is like February the 7th or something like that, 3 months ago, just to start playing them. So all this is sort of just getting in. The fact that I was left with no cav there, whereas everybody else had loads of cav all the way to the end, probably made me think, be a little bit more cautious with the cav, which is a way you need to be. You do need to look after your cav quite a lot in 31k. In all of it, you need to look after your cav. Really, it's really important. So yeah, there's the scores. George Dawes. So close defeat in the end. Legio got the most kills, and then Chimera, and yeah, it was all pretty even, really. Not no one really got particularly massively less than anyone else, so it's all good. Yeah, good game to all. Hopefully the next one I'll win. Right, see you next time.